how busy my schedule is the next 2 weeks that, like, I wanted to make sure she had some before she graduates or, like, before her graduation party, just in case.
Okay.
Did you do the elevator video?
Mm-hmm.
That was you?
Yeah.
Oh, that was so fun.
Thank you.
There it is. Okay.
It was Jesse's idea. Yeah, it came out really cool.
Yeah. It was really fun.
It was fun. I was cracking up the whole time. A lot of it was spontaneous because of communication stuff, but it was fun.
Awesome. All right. If you guys are ready, I'll do the intro and we can jump into it.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. Fix this. Move this over here, actually. All right. Here we go. Welcome back to another live and amplified Indie Fusion podcast. I'm your host, Tom Quiet, and we are having our first in-person podcast in probably about a year, which is exciting. I've been perfecting this for a while, so it's been a labor of love, but glad to have two new friends. We met in October.
Mm-hmm.
We have Simone, we have Taylor, we have Runaway Sky.
Hello.
How's it going? I don't know why I was making such a hard pause there, but you know, for whatever reason, I was last night. I was like trying to, I was going to find you on Spotify, and for whatever reason, I had it in my head. It was Runaway June. I was like, nope, that's a completely different band. But that,
good name too.
But how are things going?
Pretty good, I think.
Yeah. We've been pretty busy, so that's been nice. Yeah.
Awesome. And you guys are down here in Waco, and you're based out of Dallas and Fort Worth, or are you both out of Fort Worth?
Fort Worth.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So how was the drive down?
It's easy.
Yeah, not too
Typical
bad
traffic.
today. Yeah, typical traffic, but really not too bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 3 p.m, so.
Yeah, it wasn't.
3 in the
Better
afternoon
not.
on a
Easy
Thursday.
drive.
We're pretty good then.
Yeah, could be worse. Definitely had worse.
Yes.
Fair.
Driving to Waco.
For sure.
Fair. And then
There's no construction this time.
Simone, you have a show tonight, or
Yeah.
How's that? How have you been preparing for that? I guess.
I don't know.
No? Is this your first time playing in Waco, or?
I think no, it's not. I haven't played here in a few years. I played at a coffee shop a few years ago, like twice. I can't remember the name of it or if it's even still here.
Okay, was it probably?
It was like on the square somewhere near
It's
downtown.
probably Dichotomy then.
Yes, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played there a few times, but that was so long ago.
Right.
Yeah. So.
That makes sense because I think Dichotomy sells liquor as well, so that would make sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only been to Dichotomy like twice in my life, and the only reason I don't go is because parking is such a pain there sometimes. So it's just like, you go there on a Saturday morning, it's like you're either going to be there super early or just hope you get lucky and get a decent spot. So
yeah, I remember that. I actually don't know where I parked, but I remember having to park up front to unload. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that's always fun.
Yes.
Busy parking lot trying to unload.
Yep.
Well, it's not even a parking lot. It's like it's all street
street,
parking.
yeah.
It's all street parking.
Just trying not to get run over.
Yeah.
I think they have like a community lot a little bit down, but if you're playing a show, the last thing you want to do is have to cross a main street.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not good. So how long have y'all been playing together?
Like 2 years?
I think so.
Around
we just
2
did the
years.
math on this.
Yeah, but I already forgot.
I know, me too.
It's about 2 years,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
That sounds right.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And what was the thought process when you guys kind of joined forces? Because obviously you both got your own like solo careers and following your own solo passions, but what was the thought process when y'all came together?
Well, we met at a Here Fort Worth mixer. Mm-hmm. I was actually on my way out, so we almost missed each other, and then we talked for like a short minute, and then
Exchange social media.
exchanged social media and decided to. I think I reached out to you a few weeks later about like, hey, do you want to write together?
Yeah,
and
I like
see what
posted,
happens.
I posted a cover, and you were like, "Sounds so good. Let's write together." And I was like, "Yes."
Nice.
Yeah. And then we wrote together, and while we were writing, we just like instinctively started harmonizing, and we were like, "Whoa, this sounds really good."
Right.
And then like the next day, we joked at the time,
was
we were like,
after
"Should
you
we
left.
do this? Should we do this? Like, we sound really good." And then like the next day, I was like, "I wasn't joking. Were you joking?" She was like, "No, I wasn't."
Nice. And now, are you both originally from Fort Worth, or did you guys relocate?
I'm not originally from Texas, but I've been in DFW since I was 9, or technically 8. Was basically 9, but
So close enough. You're basically a Texan.
basically a Texan.
And I grew up in the DFW area, but moved around a bit. I was in Chicago for a while, like I was telling you earlier, and then Austin for a little bit.
Nice.
And yeah, back in Fort Worth now. It's nice.
Right. That's awesome. Texas has grown on me. I've been here about 4.5 years, and I don't necessarily want to leave, but I got to kind of find where it's comfortable for me to be. Like,
That's fair.
Waco's cool. It's a little hilly for me, but I mean, I guess most of Texas is kind of hilly for the most
There's
part.
spots, yeah. It's up and down depending where you're at.
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely some good old flat Texas.
Yes,
spots.
there is.
Oh, yeah, you guys have driven through West Texas.
Yeah.
This place called West Texas.
Yes.
It's
Super flat.
man, that drive. I make that drive all the time through West Texas. It's definitely fun.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
I like driving over there for some reason.
I enjoyed
open
it. I was there for
space.
4 years. I went to tech.
Okay.
And after 4 years, I was ready to get out. But it was a good 4 years.
Yeah.
Our chief meteorologist is a Red Raider, so I'm sure if he heard that, if he was listening, he's like, yes. He's all about his Red Raiders. They actually have
baby.
they have a I don't know if it's like a satellite campus or they have something at the community college right here.
Oh,
They're
okay.
part of Texas Tech, and he's like big into that. So it's
Love that.
yeah, it's.
We're a prideful bunch, that's
right?
for sure.
I never got into the whole college, like being super supportive of your college. Like it was, I went to a directional state school, so it was just kind of like, we're here.
Yeah.
Cool.
I had a really interesting, I went to Texas Tech, which is a big school, but I had a very unique experience, I'd say, because I was a theater major. So it's like, it was a little bit different than most people, like just being with my nerdy theater friends most of the time. So
Sounds fun.
a little bit different than most people experience, I'm sure.
Fair, very fair. So while we're kind of sitting here, let's have you each introduce yourselves just so people have names to faces and all that fun stuff. And I guess we'll go ahead and start with Simone this time since we started with Taylor during sound check.
All right. I'm Simone Nicole. I'm a singer-songwriter.
Our bios are going to sound the exact same.
I don't know what else to say.
That works.
Yeah.
She's got a real cute doggie. I don't know if
Rosie's
you
here
can
with
see her.
us.
The quiet dog. I love quiet dogs.
And I'm Taylor LaCourse, also a singer-songwriter.
Awesome.
I like long walks on the beach and
Hiking in the mountains.
I've always been waiting for somebody to say that because it's like just that weird, like introduce yourself and then it's like, okay, what do I say? So,
What fun fact do you want to know?
right. So we met at In a Jam last year,
Yes.
and that was a good old time. Was that y'all's first time playing In a Jam, or had you played the year prior?
That's the first time.
Yeah, our first time.
How'd you guys get introduced to Dustin? And
I think you met him.
Yes, I met him through my boyfriend Eddie Essler, who also played at In a Jam.
Gotcha. I think I tried to reach out to him. I don't know. I had a whole bunch of emails that Eddie Essler, that your boyfriend.
I'll tell him to look into that.
Okay. Well, last year when they sent me a bunch of, they sent me everybody that was participating. They just sent me a laundry list of emails, and so I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna send like a BCC email and just say, hey, this is who I am. This is what we're doing. Well, I mean, you all got that email, but there were so many emails that got kicked back to me that were saying like the addresses weren't right, and I couldn't keep track of who I wasn't getting. So I was just like, all right, whoever responds. And,
Dang.
it is what it is. So how'd you guys like In a Jam last year?
Oh,
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
So much good music. And it was cool seeing a lot of friends that I hadn't seen in a while too. Mm-hmm. And meeting new ones.
Yeah. And my family came. That was fun. My dad had a blast.
Yeah.
And then I had a friend from Chicago surprise me and show up. So that was really nice. And yeah, we just had a really good weekend.
Yeah,
It was
fun
amazing.
getting to camp. It was really pretty over there.
No, yeah.
Not too hot.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, October right there.
It was kind of
Yeah.
hot.
Well, during the day, yes.
Yeah. October's that right time. Like,
Yeah,
I remember
for
that first night. I stayed out until 1, 2, like whatever it was, and I was just like, oh, it's getting a little chilly out, and then the next day it's like 89 degrees or whatever it was, and I'm like, yep, that's Texas in October, I guess.
Yeah.
You got to be ready for everything.
Yep, absolutely.
You're gonna face all 4 seasons in 24 hours. Get ready. So, no, that's cool. So you guys just released your first single as a duo back in April 11th.
Yeah. Very first one.
It's called Arizona. How's what's kind of the story behind this one?
It came from your book.
I guess so. I mean, we kind of like the prompt, I guess, that we wanted to write about was kind of, right person, wrong time sort of vibes. And it's really embarrassing because, like, it's so embarrassing. And if this guy ever finds out that I wrote a song about him, he's going to think that I'm the creepiest stalker of all time because we only went out like 4 times in Chicago, and then he got a job in Arizona and moved. And obviously we stopped dating. And then like 15 years later, I'm writing a song about it. So, yeah, kind of right person, wrong time, but not saying that person was the right person. Inspiration.
Yeah.
But you know what though? Doesn't that make for show the strength of a good songwriter, being able to take the skeleton of a situation and just kind of build a story off of that?
Well, I appreciate that.
I think that's what makes it fun about writing songs is you can, take your own experiences and kind of add to it, or I feel like I threw some of my experience onto that song too, with having split with somebody and everything. But I don't know. That's the fun part of it.
Yeah, and it is fun. But both of us coming from different experiences and bringing in our truths together and mingling them.
Yeah, for sure. How do you guys kind of handle the songwriting? Obviously, we've mentioned that you both got your own solo careers that you handle, but how do you kind of come together and manage the songwriting for Runaway Sky?
So far, we've basically, every time we've met up to write songs, we both have a few ideas, and we just kind of feel out which one we're in the mood for the most, I guess.
Yeah, if we've written down just some lyrics that come to mind, a line or a theme,
an idea.
Yeah, and if we we kind of just share those with each other, and if we find one that we're both interested in, then we sit down for 10 minutes and just kind of verbal vomit on the page. And then come together and start piecing it together like that. Yeah.
And there's usually a deep talk in the mix of all of it too.
Yes.
So we get all the feels out.
A lot of trauma bonding. Yeah. Some tears. Some screams. Oh, we definitely had some screams.
We have.
I love it. Oh, so how often do you guys try and get together to write, or is it just kind of whenever you get?
It's been kind of hard lately.
It has been. Life has been crazy. But we do try to get together to work at least once a week.
Gotcha.
Usually on Wednesdays. And try to either start writing a song or finish a song or write a whole song or just get some normal business stuff done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Gotcha. So what's the plan for obviously it's May 9th right now as we're recording this. We're entering those blistering hot days of summer here in Texas. What's kind of the plans looking forward? Are you working on the next single already? Are you just kind of looking at shows? Or are you kind of trying to regroup and figure out what's next?
I think kind of a mixture. I know we're trying to figure out what song we would like to record next, and then it's trying to find funding for it, and then we're always working on shows, I think.
Yeah. And then also working on our own personal stuff
our own
as well.
Stuff. Yeah, and then also right now we're trying to figure out how to properly push Arizona while it's still new and fresh.
Yeah, and I'm still just trying to learn in general. I'm still pretty green. This is the first song that I've ever released, period. I am working on my own stuff to release as well, but I'm still pretty fresh to it, so I'm learning.
And I'm still learning.
Yeah. Learning together.
How's that been, learning to get going through the process and kind of learning the ropes of the industry together? Have you found it more helpful than if you guys were just kind of two solo musicians trying to forge your path?
Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely helpful.
Yeah, I would not be here right now if it weren't for you. She has helped me so tremendously, and also the Fort Worth scene is so amazing, and everybody is so helpful and really
supportive of each other. And
but working together has definitely been really special, and it makes it's so much more fun too. Like,
it is.
Performing on my own is fine, and I love it, and I am proud of what I'm doing on my own, but I'm so proud of what we're doing together, and it's so much more fun.
It is so much more fun.
Yeah, be able to bounce off each other, and yeah.
Sounds like y'all need to take a road trip to Arizona to promote the new single Arizona.
I would love to.
Yes. That would be great.
Yeah.
We just got to find the time.
Find the time and find the money.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Also that.
Yeah.
The money as well.
Yeah.
But Arizona's cool. I like it.
Me too.
I wouldn't move there because, like, I couldn't handle the heat. I lived in New Mexico for 4 years. I can only imagine how bad Arizona is.
Yeah.
But, you know, I couldn't do it. But, no, I think that would be really cool. Even if you just went out there to shoot, like, a music video or something for Arizona.
Yeah. We thought about that because I think flights are actually quite cheap right now, but there's some personal stuff going on, so I was trying to be mindful of all that.
Thank
so.
you. Fair.
Yeah, we're working on it.
Very fair.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So Fort Worth, you said it's got a pretty good scene right now. It's very.
Yeah, I feel like it's growing, but also like the people. I don't know what to call them, like here Fort Worth and like the Tom and but like I guess I don't know if it's like the city of Fort Worth in general.
Oh, like Visit Fort Worth, yeah.
Yeah, they're really doing an awesome job, like letting us really bloom as artists and stuff in Fort Worth too. Like there's so much support and resources and everything, and it's really amazing to be there right now.
Yeah, and the artists, there's so many different genres, but everybody is so supportive of each other.
And everyone's so good.
Yeah. There's so much talent in that city. It's crazy.
Now, is that where like Jason Custer and he does like a weekly show? I think it's in Fort Worth. I'm not sure. I get Fort Worth and Dallas kind of like to me. You say Fort Worth, you mean Dallas. But that's not. That's
Never
not
say
right.
that in Fort Worth.
No, I know. I know that. So the first time I ever went out to Fort Worth, I was living in Roswell, New Mexico.
Oh, cool.
And some guy brought me out to help him shoot a film because back in the day I used to be a filmmaker.
Okay.
And he was like, "Hey man, I got this film. I got this short film. I want you to come out to Fort Worth and help me." He was in Dallas. He was in North Dallas because it was like a really nice house that we shot in. I was like, I've never seen anything like this. But okay. So we, helped him, and he was like, okay. One day we had to go into Fort Worth, I think, and it was like a really sketchy part of Fort Worth.
It's probably different now. It was kind of sketchy for a while.
This place was. Yeah, I was a little nervous,
I
but
wonder if
anyway.
it was Magnolia.
Maybe it has to be a little more seedy. I'd say.
But anyways, so I had let it slip that I just included Fort Worth as Dallas, and some dude got pissed at me. And I'm like, shit. Okay, I'm sorry. I guess I feel it. I understand. So, but no, that's cool. And so, obviously, Fort Worth's got their scene, and then I'm assuming Dallas has probably got their own scene, or is it kind of starting to come together a bit?
There's definitely scenes in both sides, but I feel like it definitely gets mixed too. Like, it kind of, I don't know, it depends. Like, I play in Dallas a lot, but I play in Fort Worth more now too. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that.
Yeah, I don't really know too many, like, Dallas-based artists,
right?
I'd say.
Okay.
Besides the ones that we've met at, like,
So basically, there's musicians that are in Dallas. There's musicians in Fort Worth, but it's all kind of one scene. Is that kind of fair?
I feel like it's still kind of separate in a sense.
Yeah.
Like, I I know more of Fort Worth artists that go over to Dallas than Dallas coming to Fort Worth.
Fair. Okay.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
I don't know. Like, it still feels kind of separate for some reason.
Yeah.
Not for any... I don't think it's for any bad reasons.
No.
At all.
Fair.
Just... I mean, it's like an hour drive depending where you're going.
Yeah.
So it's...
That's the crazy
still feels far away sometimes.
Right? That's the crazy thing about the Metroplex. I had somebody ask me, "Oh, how far is it to, from Waco to Dallas?" And I'm like, I mean, I guess it depends on what part of the Metroplex you want me. If you want me on the south side, I'm sure I could probably be there in about an hour. If you want me on the north side, it's probably going to take me a little bit. Yeah. So it's probably,
that's true.
Driving through traffic and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, that adds all time on top of it too.
Yeah, and so I live in South Fort Worth now, so it's so nice. I live like right 20 and 35. Yeah. So it's like I just get right on 35. It's so nice, and I don't have to go through Fort Worth or anything anymore. So that's really nice.
Yeah, same.
So when you guys are playing shows, how far are you coming down? Like south? Are you going down to like Temple, Belton, or are you pretty much staying in the Metroplex area?
Sorry, what? Sorry.
No, when you're playing, when you do get out to play shows, are you pretty much staying in the Metroplex area?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, I would love to expand for sure, but right now I would say mostly Fort Worth and DFW. Mostly Fort Worth, though.
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. So, obviously, Arizona's out now. I'm going to keep plugging that one for y'all. And
Thank you.
How long had you guys been sitting? How long was that kind of like writing / recording for, like when you decided this was a song that you wanted to pursue to releasing? Like how long did that take?
The recording was quick. We did it in 3 days?
Yeah, I think so.
Something.
Yeah, it was really quick. And we wrote it. It's one of our earlier songs.
Yeah. I don't remember what order, but...
Yeah, it was definitely like we found out that it was like a fan favorite, like out of all of our originals, like people responded most to that one. So we figured that'd be a good one to record first. And honestly, we had it done before in a jam last year. Like we had it all completed, but we knew that it wasn't like a fall or winter song. So we decided to hold off and release it in the spring. For the summertime.
I think that was the right choice. I've been listening to it for the last couple of days, and it's definitely I don't want to call it a summer bop, but because I'm 30, I'm almost 37 years old. I should not be using the word bop in my vocabulary.
Hey, we're not going to shade you for that.
Oh no, so that's really cool. And you know what I like about the song is just the two of you together. It works. Like, and I guess it's not specifically even the song. It's just Runaway Sky in general. You two work together so well. I hope, can't wait to see what the next song is, or if is it like the aspiration to kind of stay singles right now until you kind of find your footing as a duo, or have you not really thought that far ahead yet?
I mean, we have enough songs to make an EP, but I think it might just be easier to do singles right now. I don't know. We haven't really... That's kind of still up in the air at this point. Yeah. But, I don't know. Singles makes most sense because that's also still kind of the trend right now for releasing, so... Yeah. But an album would be so cool.
An album would be awesome. But yes, that is like the way of music these days is just like always putting out new content, which
is exhausting.
Yeah.
It really is. But then again, you've got the retro movement of physical media coming back.
True, which is nice.
Yeah.
But it's like vinyl, which I love vinyl, don't get me wrong, but that stuff is expensive.
It's very expensive.
It's like I feel so bad every time I see a band. It's like, oh, you've got a stack of vinyl there. Yes, I'm going to buy it. I'm going to support you because I know you spent probably $15 on one of those pressings. Right. But, you know, it's like that's such a huge gamble, especially if you're a younger band trying to start out. And so.
Yeah.
I'm sure more people have record players and CD players anymore now. Like I don't even have anything that I can even play a CD. Like in my car, I don't have one. On my laptop, I don't have one.
Yeah, my only CD player left is in my car. and who knows how long that has.
Yeah, does it
I
even
don't
work?
know.
Yeah.
Well, it does work.
The only CD player I have is that PS2 right there.
Oh, nice.
That's the only one I have because, like, I mean, musicians send me demos and stuff all the time.
Cool.
So that wicker basket right there is just chock full of CDs, and it's like,
Awesome.
Nice.
I got them. I'm gonna keep them, but I don't know what I'm gonna do with them.
Yeah, I still have all my CDs from like smaller artists that I've had. I don't know what to do with them.
Right, and it's like I don't want to throw them away because
Right.
that's just
It'll come back around, I feel.
Yeah.
hopefully, yeah.
We'll see.
If not better, I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
Right. So outside of music, what do y'all like to get into, or what are you into?
I like to be outside a lot, so I usually go hiking, or I also do photography on the side, so I do a lot of that. I don't know, I'm very, very creative and artsy, so it's like painting and reading and drawing and cooking, baking, I don't know.
Yeah, I wish I had more hobbies like you or more creative outlets. I work a full-time job as well, so I'm doing that Monday through Friday. I took today off to be here.
Sweet, I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, happy to. So with working full-time and then also doing music and then like trying to have a social life, that can be difficult. But I too like to be outside and hiking and camping. It's just I need to work harder on finding the time to do all of that.
Fair. I'm actually kind of low-key surprised my work isn't in here just bombarding one of these chats that I have open. When I did I do a fundraiser in November every year for pancreatic cancer research, and every year, like, half the people at work are just, like, writing something ridiculous in the chat, and it's like, thanks, guys. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
So, but I didn't tell them all what was going on today, so it's just like, all right. Keep this one chill.
Yeah, what they don't know won't hurt them.
So, well, I appreciate you taking the time to come down today.
Oh,
Time off of
happy
work.
to take a day off for sure. And to come have a fun chat. That's
Right.
even better. Yeah.
I was actually really concerned because the way they were making it sound last night, I was like, dang it, this weather's gonna cause it to be an issue. And then I woke up this morning and all day I was just like, okay, it's gonna come, and it looks beautiful outside.
Sounds like Texas.
Yeah. Just never know.
Never know.
So, have you guys been getting hit by all the tornadoes and stuff over the last couple of weeks?
We've gotten
Good
a lot of
thunderstorms.
rain.
Yeah.
More than normal.
Yeah.
I feel like we live in Oregon or something.
Yeah, we were playing at Woodshed the other day, and like we had a nice little lightning show happening,
Yeah.
and luckily we wrapped up like right before it started raining.
Right.
But yeah, we've been getting a lot of thunderstorms.
Nice.
I'm ready for it to be done.
Same.
My dog is very young and very rambunctious and
very traumatized at this point.
No, he's actually fine with storms.
Okay.
But he likes to run around in mud and roll around in mud.
Her
And that's
too.
not fun.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been able to take her on any trail hikes because all of the trails keep getting muddy, and then she loves the mud, and I always just let her run in it, but I don't want to bathe her like 5 times in a month.
Right.
That's,
Right.
like
Right.
not good for her skin. So.
Fair. I will say though, I will take this rain right now if it means we don't have to worry about wildfires come July.
That's,
and August.
yes, true.
True.
Like keep those.
It does make everything nice and green.
Yes.
Which is
Yes.
Awesome.
My backyard is very green right now. That is lovely, but I'm not looking forward to the mosquitoes.
oh no.
They're bad right now. Well, because I live like
Yeah,
right here.
I was
Right,
like,
yeah.
when we walked in, I was like, oh, it's like you're living in the forest. And my first thought was like, oh god, the mosquitoes.
Right. Well, last night I was sitting here, for whatever reason. I'm very good about making sure like the doors stay closed and I try and keep all the bugs out and whatever. But last night I had a moth, a mosquito, a fly, and a gnat just like all swarming around. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get these guys. I'm gonna get these guys. I'm gonna get these guys. And like I ended up getting them all except for the gnat. I think the gnat just kind of
They're
just
so
has.
hard.
They're so hard.
I've been having the same issue. Like flies keep finding their way into my house, and Rosie's really good at catching them, which is funny because you just hear her go, and then flop, like on the floor.
Rosie looks tired.
Yeah.
That's. I love the fact that Rosie has her own Instagram.
Yeah. I made that because my best friend, she has a dog, and her dog and my dog are best friends, and she made one for him.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, well, I guess I have to make Rosie one so they can like talk to each other.
But it's just
super cheesy.
It's you and your friend just talking.
Yeah.
But you're doing
we
it.
We talk for our dogs.
You're doing it in little doggy voices.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That's so funny. My sister did that. I don't think her 2 current dogs have Instagram pages because my sister's gone through a few dogs, and I think she stopped after.
Yeah, that gets hard.
She's got 2 massive Great Danes. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Big boys.
Those are beautiful.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. One of them's getting to that point where things are starting to get a little, but the other one's young and like 3 years old and's got all this energy, and she's got a 2-year-old at the house, and it's
wow.
Boy, you just got all the energy, don't you?
That's a lot of energy.
Yeah. Sounds like she's got her hands full.
Yeah, she does. Luckily, the older dog is kind of chill, and we'll put the younger dog in his place when needs to be, but yeah, that's all.
That's Lily's role, my cat.
Yeah. That's what my cats do too. Bella minds her own business. She's gonna turn 11 next week, I think.
Wow.
But Marble, my other cat, and Rosie are like the same size and the same age, and Marble just like swats at her all the time, like, chill out, stop running around the house. I don't know. They startle each other all the time.
Rosie runs around the house?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have gathered that from.
She's a completely different dog at home.
Her zoomies are like very cute.
Yes.
Yeah. Fair. She's like, I gotta be on my best behavior. I'm in front of company right now. So, anyways, so Simone, you got a show tonight, and what time's your show at?
I think it's at 7. Yeah, 7 to 10 at the AC Hotel.
Gotcha. Is how long has this been on your schedule? It's been on your schedule for a while. You reached out. When did you reach out to me? Like March?
I can't remember. Probably.
Yeah, I think it was like March. So, how's it feel to be back in Waco since it's been a little bit?
I'm excited. I always love getting out of the city, or just Fort Worth, Dallas, because I feel like I'm over there all the time, and I don't know. I get kind of bored having the same routine. So getting out and getting to like see something new is always nice, and I'm excited to go explore a little bit with Taylor afterwards, and yeah.
Nice. You gonna go to the Dr. Pepper Museum? You gonna go to the Branch Davidian house? You gonna go to?
I actually have been to the Dr. Pepper Museum.
Have you?
Yeah.
I forgot that was down here.
Actually, they're coming up.
Been.
They're coming up on their the museum's 75th anniversary.
Wow.
I think it's actually like Saturday because I saw it's either Dr. Pepper's 150th birthday or like the museum's. It's something like that. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I saw it's Saturday. But Dustin's doing his in a jam like
in Heiko.
And I'm like, let's see, go to that or go to the Dr. Pepper Museum. I think it's an easy choice, right?
I don't know. Some people really love Dr. Pepper.
That's true.
I can't stand Dr. Oh no, I'm not gonna say that out loud.
It was never my go-to.
Yeah, I'm really bummed. He reached out to both of us to be a part of that on Saturday, and unfortunately, both of us were already booked. But really wish we could be there as well.
Be fun.
Yeah.
Heiko's got a nice little like the Heiko Hall. Have you guys been there?
I haven't been, but it's really cute. I've driven through Heiko a few times. Yeah.
I've never. Everybody gets confused when I say Heiko. They're like, "Why are you going through Heiko?" And I'm like, "Why not? Heiko is actually looks like a cool little."
It's really cute.
Yeah.
Super cute.
I drive through Heiko all the time. So I go out to Roswell, New Mexico, probably about 4 times a year, and so right through Heiko every time, and it's like.
Yeah, that's true. I think whenever I have been playing in Hamilton, I drive through Heiko, and it's a cute, really peaceful drive.
Mm-hmm.
They're starting to bring in some decently sized names, and so it's like cool. I'm excited to see what that happens. And then where is it? Where do I see people playing all the time? Bluffdale, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on there, but I just like.
They have the little. Is it the Green Saloon?
Yes.
Greenwood Saloon.
Wait.
I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Because Jack Barksdale plays there all the time too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna go to a show there a couple of weeks ago, and then I realized Bluffdale's like an hour and a half away, and I'm like, I'm okay driving, but this is like a community event, so I'm sure everybody in Bluffdale is gonna be there, and I don't really want to deal with that traffic. Yeah. So, I'm not gonna drive the hour and a half just to be like, oh, I gotta park a mile and a half away. I'm good. Yeah. So, because I'm that guy. I'll drive.
No, we sound very similar in that way.
It's like, if I got to walk a mile and a half, I'm going to just go home. I'm not going to deal with it. I went down somewhere south. They were doing a fair or something. Dustin and a few people were playing. And I didn't tell anybody I was going to go because I didn't know what it was going to be like. And I drove down there, and I just saw this line of people walking across the main road or the main drag. And I don't remember what city this was in. I was like, what the heck is going on? And I'm just driving, trying to get down to the bar or the distillery. And they're all walking to this distillery. And I'm like, they've been walking for 2 miles. I'm not doing this.
No.
It's not going to fly. So I have a little limit. So
yeah.
500 feet. No, I'm kidding. It's not quite that bad. That'd be absurd, though. So that's cool. So what's kind of the plans for the summers? Are you
for the song release?
You say summer or summer?
No, summer.
Oh, summer.
I don't know. Well, we get to play in Oklahoma City.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Next week.
Yeah, next week we'll be in OKC.
Yeah, we're opening up for Alexis Johnson.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Which I'm really excited about.
Yes, me too. So excited.
I've been a fan since Disney Channel. But yeah, I don't know. I know we want to try and push our song to more radio stations and stuff, and libraries, and just see what happens.
Yeah.
Hopefully play some more shows.
Sure.
Yeah, definitely playing more shows. We got some exciting opening gigs coming up, and
for a few different artists.
Yeah, so hopefully can continue building that, and
nice. Well, I mean, not even as Runaway Sky, but individually, because I know Simone, you're fundraising right now for a. Yeah,
I'm trying to record an album.
Okay.
I've been trying to record an album for 2-3 years. But I have a few songs that I've been recording and working on, and I'm about to go into the studio again here soon. And I don't know. I'm playing a lot of shows. I hope I can make it through all of them.
Fair.
But I don't know. Other than that, that's been the main focus, I guess, for my solo stuff, is trying to get the album recorded.
Nice.
So, yeah.
And for me, I've been in the studio working on my first single for my song Nightmare. So hopefully that'll be coming out soon. And also I'm about to release a cover of a song called Please Come to Boston. My dad's been sick, and I recorded this for him. And it's a song that he used to sing to me when I was little, and now my brother sings it to his little kids, and so I had them come in and sing a little chorus on that. It's really
so cute.
So getting that out there for him, and hopefully that'll be up in the next month or so.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I hope your father recovers quickly.
Thank you.
It's I lost my mother a couple of years ago, so she got really sick really quickly. So it's scary, and I get it. So no, that's really cool. I'm glad you guys are. How do you kind of balance the individual projects versus the duo? Because it's obviously you both depend on each other for Runaway Sky, but you also have your own individual. How do you kind of find that balance, or is it just kind of?
I feel like it's been easy.
Yeah.
In a sense, 'cause, I mean, I know as soon as like duo shows come through, like I try to prioritize those as much as possible. I feel like our schedules are flexible enough to where it just happens to work out. I don't know.
Yeah, we've gotten really lucky so far, and fingers crossed it continues to be that way.
For sure. Do you find it's easier to book like duo shows during the summer, or is it not? Because I know like out in when they actually have like in places that they actually have like 4 full seasons. During like the winter time, it's more solo acoustic stuff, and the bigger projects kind of get pushed aside. But obviously, a duo is kind of a interesting twist on that.
Yeah,
so
I think it depends. I mean, I feel like we've had shows all year long because I guess duos are pretty easy to book because it's kind of similar to solo. It's not like a full band or anything. Right. So I don't know. Like we've stayed busy. We have shows booked through to December this year already. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, not fully booked, but like we're at one place like regularly throughout the year. So. Yeah.
I feel like I'm pressuring you guys to plan out the rest of your year. It's like, do it right now. We're gonna plan this one out for you. We're gonna plan your success. Take over Texas. Yeah.
But one day at a time.
Right? But that's what I do love about Texas is the fact that you don't have to go very far to have a good career in music. Like,
true, yeah.
You can literally, if you're willing to make a 2 or 3 hour drive from Dallas, you can go from Dallas to, was it Austin, or can you make it to San Antonio in 3 hours?
Austin.
Definitely Austin. I don't know about San Antonio.
San Antonio is probably like 4 or 5.
Okay. Yeah. Well, so either way, you can go from Dallas to Austin and then even up into further North Texas or maybe Texarkana.
I would think so. Yeah. Even Houston's not bad either. Oklahoma's not bad.
Yeah. West Texas.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really easy to
kind of get, and you don't have to take a whole bunch of time off of work to like, oh, I got to go drive 7.5. Like yes, Texas is huge. So if you book like an El Paso gig, good luck. But,
that's where you want to go.
Man, the first time I drove through Texas, my mom called me. She's like, hey, where you at? And I'm like, oh, we're just entering Texas. Oh, you're almost, because I was driving out to New Mexico. She's like, oh, you're almost home. And I was like, no, we've got 13 hours. And she's like, what? I'm like, yeah, we're in, coming on 10, or not 10. Yeah, we were on 10, and we had to cut all the way out to cross the entire state. And I was just like, yeah, we got a little bit of ways to go. So,
that is a drive. I drove from Lubbock to New Orleans once, and I think that was like 90% Texas and then like 10% Louisiana.
Fair. But that trip down 10 through the southern part of Louisiana, if you hit it right at the right time, going through the swamps, that's my favorite part of the trip.
I love Louisiana. Yeah, I think it's so beautiful.
If I didn't have to worry about hurricanes, I'd probably try and move a little bit closer down there, but it's just like, and I don't want to have to try and like relocate. Yeah. If there's a hurricane coming through.
That would be tough for sure.
I think I would definitely choose tornadoes over hurricanes.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why. It's less scary. Water is scary.
I'd prefer neither, but
Hey, at least we didn't have to deal with the that big old tornado that went through. Did you see the video of the tornado that went through like Lincoln, Nebraska?
So scary.
No.
Right?
Yes, it was so big.
That thing was like it was like I've seen a few different videos. There's a video of a guy driving down the expressway and the tornado is just moving right across and it's like freaking massive. Yeah. Like it took up both sides of the road, I think, easily. And so it was just like and they're all scary. The entire city is just driving like there's nothing wrong and I'm like I mean, I guess in Nebraska, that's kind of how you have to operate. Like,
well, I guess if you're stuck on the road while a tornado's happening, like you don't really have much of an option. I guess.
Yeah, that is very fair. Like, I mean, I guess in Nebraska they're kind of used to it. Where here in Texas, we're used to it, but they're always so random.
Yeah, it's super spontaneous.
Yeah.
I actually saw there. I can't talk today.
You're fine.
2 tornadoes hit in the neighborhood I used to live in, like within a few months apart from each other. And one, I was like on my way to a car maintenance appointment, and this is the first time I ever saw the sky go green. And I like turned around and went home, and I was like, this doesn't seem safe. It was so quiet outside. Everything was
so
so still. It was
eerie.
so eerie, but I loved watching it at the same time. But then that tornado ended up hitting outside of the street I was on, which is super weird. And then, a few months later, it like was in the neighborhood and got one of the houses.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I
almost slept through that one. I was just like, whatever.
Yeah, it's whatever. We had a tornado touchdown over across the lake here. It was like, so when you take a right out of the complex here, you'll take a left at the intersection. That'll take you out into China Springs. There was a tornado that struck out there. That was intense. And then when I was younger, I used to love to chase tornadoes. Like, I remember this one specific story. Me and my buddy were hanging out at my parents' house. And I didn't have my own car at the time, so it was like the family was kind of split in two cars. And my sister was at work with one car, and then my mom and dad were at some like party or something with the other car. And I'm sitting there, there's tornado sirens going off. I was like, I want to go chase this tornado. I want to go find this thing.
Storm chaser dreams.
I jumped on a riding lawnmower and tried to chase it on a riding lawnmower, and I didn't get very far, but it's. Because the riding lawnmower, you're only going like 3 miles an hour, but
that's amazing.
It's good times. I loved it, and
awesome.
I won't ever do it again because it's just kind of like, okay, I'm over it. But I've always been very fascinated by tornadoes.
They're really
I'm
cool.
fascinated, but so scared.
Yeah,
Oh,
I remember seeing. I think there was like a tornado documentary at the Fort Worth Omni Theater or something like years ago. I remember watching that, and it was really cool. You were like in a storm chase. It was like that. Is that the Bubble Theater?
Oh yeah.
And
you were like in the view of a storm chaser and stuff. It was so cool.
That is cool.
I think that's where it was, if I remember that correctly.
Because we had it when I was living out in New Mexico. There was the U.S. Space Museum or something down in Hobbs, New Mexico, I think it was, and they had it wasn't a full IMAX theater, but they branded it an IMAX theater. Like, I was just sitting there, I was like, this isn't an IMAX theater, but whatever. And they had that video there. It was the tornado one, so it was really cool.
That was a cool video. I've always loved the storm chaser stuff, even like on, I don't know if it was on Discovery or one of those nature channels.
Yeah.
It was so fun to watch.
I love the movie Twister.
That one's scary.
I'm excited for the remake.
I was just going to ask you.
They're remaking it?
Yeah.
Glenn Powell.
I didn't know that.
I mean, is it a remake or is it a sequel? Like, they're kind of walking that fine line nowadays where it's like...
Yeah, I'm not sure. And I'm not sure if they're, like, related.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if any characters will, like, be related to any... I don't know exactly what it's called.
I know they couldn't get Helen Hunt into it. Like, she wasn't down. And then, what's his name passed away a while back. Not
Bill Paxton.
Bill Paxton. I was going to say Bill Pullman, but Bill Paxton. But, the Bills ran the 90s. Bill Paxton, Bill Pullman. No, but yeah, I'm really excited for, what is it, Twisters, I think?
Yeah, Twisters.
Interesting.
Twins.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's based on it. Like, a lot of the stuff I've seen on it seems very Texas-ish.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like,
oh, yeah.
It would make sense that they would film it here. They've been filming a lot of stuff here lately.
Yeah.
Have you gotten into any of that? Like, thought about getting into any, like, film stuff, or?
I've always been fascinated with film. I actually worked on a production crew for like 10 years. I don't know. I even went to like the one here, Fort Worth did their TCC like film program.
Yeah.
They were like announcing it. I went to that and everything and was super curious what was going on. And it's always in the back of my head thinking if I want to do stuff like that, but I don't know.
So I will say, if you're doing photography the way you do, there's a huge market on film sets to get behind the scenes and stuff.
That'd be so fun.
You
I've
do
always
really good at that.
Yeah. Doing like because there's like the behind the scenes stuff, and then you've also got like continuity photographers. Like if they're shooting a scene over the course of,
you get the still photos.
You got to get the still photos. So like when they do the makeup the next day, everything's close enough. So there's a few different things kind of going on.
Man, now I'm gonna have to go check it out more.
Really
it's not that expensive, I don't think. The program right now.
No.
Oh,
since they're just introducing it. unless that's just what the price is. I don't know.
Well, honestly, if you've already done photography, I'm sure you don't have to even go through a program. You can just.
Well, I feel like it probably would help me if I like still went through the course, because I've just kind of been learning on my own, kind of,
fair.
or like from others and just like researching as I go.
Fair.
And I don't know, could not explain to you what I'm doing, but it makes sense in my head.
Fair.
So I don't know, like the camera math.
Yeah, I
can do it, but I can't explain it.
That's how I am. Like, I can't explain how I set half of this stuff up, but it works. It's like, I don't know. I plugged this cord into that thing, and there we go.
This doodad went into this holy woly.
Yeah, it's like when I spin this dial, it gets brighter and it looks better. You know, like whatever.
Yep.
It is what it is. But no, like that's the cool thing about just art in general is I don't think you necessarily have to always know what you're doing or explain what you're doing, because like, I mean, especially to bring it a little bit back towards music, when you first started playing music, I'm sure you were just kind of playing by ear for the most part.
I mean, I still kind of do that.
Yeah, same.
For the most part. Like,
same. Everybody's like, what key is this song in? And I'm like, no clue. I capoed it on 3. I don't know.
Hey Siri, what
chord.
key is this in?
Yeah.
Wait, make sure Siri didn't actually go off on that one. My Siri is so weird, it'll like just start randomly going off, and it's like, no.
I turned mine off.
I had to for a while because they were doing that thing on TV where they were like, hey Siri.
Yeah.
Like on commercials or whatever, and I'm like, that is the most annoying trend ever.
Yeah, that would happen with my Alexa.
Yeah. Really?
See, I wanted to get an Alexa in here just because I've got everything kind of already remotely set up, like on timers and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, this place, I'm not going to get an Alexa. I've already got the government listening to me through this.
That's fair.
But no, that's cool. So you got show tonight at you said 7, and then Taylor, you're just kind of here hanging out for the most part?
Yeah, gonna hang out. We're gonna get some work done after this. Maybe explore a little bit, grab a bite to eat or something, and then I'll probably head back when she starts her gig. I gotta work tomorrow, and then I've got a gig tomorrow night and a gig on Saturday night. So
fair.
Nice.
Where are you playing tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night is Jamel.
Okay.
Jamel.
I think it's Gemelli.
Oh, really?
I think that's what it is.
Gamel?
Gemelli. I think it's Italian? I don't know. I looked it up at one point because I kept saying Jamel and it's not that. I think it's Gemelli.
Well, it's like, well, you were talking about being from Chicago, and I remember when I first moved to Chicago and I saw Portillo's, and for the longest time I called it Portillos because I'm from Texas. So I was like, it's double L's. It's obviously going to be a yes sound. And people are like, you're an idiot. It's Portillo's.
Yeah, we're vaguely Middle European or Eastern European there, so yes. No, what do you miss about Chicago?
Excuse me. What do I miss about Chicago? So much. I miss, all of my best friends are still there for the most part. We all went to tech together, and then we all moved out there, and we're all like artists, theater people, improv, comedy people, and they're all still out there. I'm the only, I guess a few people have left, but for the most part, I still have my old bedroom. When I moved out, my roommates bought the condo. They were married, and so whenever I go, I still get to sleep in my old bedroom, which is nice. They do parks really well there. It's so beautiful and green. I lived right off Lake Shore up north, so yeah.
So did you have flashbacks trying to find this place?
I did. Yeah, I saw Lake Shore and I was like, oh.
It's so funny. I made the joke to my dad not too long ago. I was like, man, there's people that pay millions of dollars to just have the Lakeshore Drive address, and I'm sitting here like, I'm get to say I live on Lakeshore Drive.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
So. And
I miss summers.
Yeah.
I don't miss winter. But I do miss spring and summer and fall.
Very pretty.
A little bit of fall you get.
Yeah, I was there in, I think, April or May a few years ago, and it was so beautiful. And I love that you could literally just hop on, you can rent bikes and just bike around the entire city.
Oh, you can do that here, except you're gonna get hurt because people just leave them sitting in the middle of the road, and it's mad. Especially if you go downtown, they just leave them sitting places.
Well, I feel just like riding your bike in Texas is scary in general because nobody here looks out for pedestrians or bike riders.
No, and the bike lanes are so well defined in Chicago.
And they're quite separate from the roads too, which is really cool. Unless you're like downtown.
Well, when I was learning how to drive, I was always taught that the bike riders have to go against traffic. And I've noticed that's not really the case here, which is kind of
it's strange.
Scary because it's like, at least with us connecting eyes, we can kind of be like, okay, I don't see you, but you see me, you know, and so somebody can move. But when they're going the same direction, if I don't see you, you're not going to see me. What's going to, you know?
I think technically you're supposed to walk on the opposite side too so that you can see the cars. Yeah. But America's interesting with how they teach people how to drive and walk and bike. I don't know. It's not really taught, I guess. Yeah. I grew up in Switzerland for a little bit, and we had a class in elementary school where they taught us how to cross the street and how to like interact with the traffic and everything. And we've never had. All we learned here was how to stand in a line. So it's so strange to me sometimes.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So you lived in or grew up in Switzerland, or you weren't born there though, right?
No, I was born in Florida, and then grew up in Switzerland for a little bit.
Where about in Florida?
Orlando, or outside of Orlando.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Don't really remember it.
Fair. Florida's overhyped anyways. I'm going to just say that out loud. I'll say that one with my chest.
I do miss the beaches, or at least back in the 90s. They were probably a little cleaner then. I don't know.
I mean, you got beach. You can go to Corpus Christi.
I've never been down there.
No?
Yeah. I'm also not like the biggest beach person.
Okay.
I don't know why. I do like the beach, but...
Well, doesn't Dallas have a bunch of like lakes and stuff? Or do they not usually have beaches?
There's some like beachy lakes. Same note. Let's harmonize next time.
Imagine the entire conversation, y'all just speaking in harmony together.
Sometimes.
We should try that. Yeah. On purpose.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. That's so they do have some beaches in the lakes, because isn't Dallas known for its lakes, or the Metroplex?
I think there's quite a few lakes.
Okay.
Yeah, on both sides.
Yeah, and in like Grapevine and Louisville.
Yeah. We're talking about all kinds of randomness.
Yeah, we are.
That's all good. So y'all playing pretty consistently now. You obviously, Taylor, you got your show tomorrow, and Saturday, Simone, you got your show tonight. And then are you playing more this weekend, or are you?
Yeah, I have I think a private party tomorrow, and then I'm playing on Sunday, and then I can't remember if I have a show on Monday or not. Just a lot.
So are you a full-time musician at this point?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yep, full-time. That's all I do. And then I sprinkle in some photography, which I have a lot of photography gigs. Oh, that's what's happening on Monday. There's a photography gig.
Fair.
Yeah.
Nice. When you do those private parties, is that more like cover stuff, or do they ask you to play like originals, or will they just kind of tell you what they're expecting?
It depends. I've done some where it's only originals. I think the one tomorrow is going to be like a mixture of both, which is typically how I do my shows anyway. But yeah, it kind of just depends on what they're looking for. I have done some where it's only covers, but then I always sprinkle in originals anyway, because why not?
Because once they start 3 hours of drinking, they're not going to really notice.
And some of the covers I play aren't super like well-known covers, so I feel like that's how I've always
to do that.
I've always gotten away with playing originals, even at venues where they're like covers only, and I'm like, you're not going to tell the difference anyway. So
I do love when musicians break out like the deep cut B-side covers from like super famous musicians.
It's like my favorite.
It's just like, how far down the rabbit hole do you have to go to find that song? You know, that's always fun. What's the most obscure covers that either of you know, or that you can pull out?
Oh goodness.
I have a guitar. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah, I have a Tracy Chapman song that I play that's really not one of her big ones. And I played it the other day, and then somebody requested Tracy Chapman, and I was like, I just played one. Sorry.
Yeah. My mom did that once. That we were actually at in downtown Disney, and we stopped at the House of Blues. They had an outside barbecue or bar place, and they had a guy playing cover songs. And he's like, "Okay, if you guys have a song you want us to play, here's my website." You know, like you could tell, like this is what he does. He covers songs, all that stuff. And he played like a Neil Diamond song, and my mom comes in and is like, "Can you play Neil Diamond for me?" And it's like, "Ma, he just played Neil Diamond."
Embarrassing.
It's like, and then she looks at me. She's like, "I'll play another one. What song do you want?" And she told him. And he's like, "Okay, yeah, that's cool."
Aww.
And she's like, "Should I do it again just to screw with him?" And I'm like, at this point, he already thinks you're drunk, so whatever you want to do, Ma. So, because we were waiting for my dad to show up, he had been working, so we were waiting for him to get off of work. So that was cool. So yeah, I don't want to keep you all here too much longer. I really appreciate your time for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, if y'all wanna, if people want to check out your music, check out Runaway Sky, you know, like whatever you want to promote, where can people find you?
Well, yeah, Runaway Sky is on all of the platforms, Instagram, Facebook. We're not really on Facebook a whole lot, but we're on there.
TikTok, kind of. We need to get better at that.
Yeah, whenever I post on Instagram, it goes to TikTok too. And then, yeah, Spotify, iTunes, all of the streaming platforms. And then we also have runawaysskyband.com. And I think that's all of our handles for stuff too, is Runaway Sky Band.
Mm-hmm.
And then for solo stuff, I am under Simone Nicole. It's either like SimoneNicole.com or SimoneNicole.music on Instagram and TikTok. And then I'm on like YouTube and Spotify, iTunes, all the
Fun stuff,
shenanigans of social media. And Taylor.
You can find me under Taylor M. LaCourse on Instagram, and you can't find me anywhere on Spotify yet, but you will soon.
Yay.
That's sick. I can't wait. It's been an absolute blast chatting with y'all, and if you guys mentioned that you need to get better about TikTok, Waco is the perfect place to get better at that.
Really?
We've got the silos, we've got you know, Magnolia, all that fun stuff, and then if you're feeling really adventurous, we have the Mammoth National Dig Site. So if you're
Cool.
That is cool.
there's so much randomness here. We have a surf park, which is very funny that we have, like, pro surfers come here to surf.
Really?
Interesting.
And it's like, you come to Waco? Why
It's
don't
like
you?
manufactured waves?
Yeah, it's like manufactured waves.
Huh.
And the dude that owns it, he was in Bring It On.
Okay.
He was like, he had a very obscure small part, but that's like his big claim to fame was he was on in Bring It On, and he owns a wave or a surf park here in Waco.
Yeah, live the dream.
Yeah.
Right? I'm sure he lives down in like Mexico or something, and he just owns it, you know. So,
Who knows?
but really appreciate y'all so much, and thank y'all so much. We will talk to you later.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.